Okay, y'all, welcome back. And today I'm going to get into sort of a WWE conspiracy. What I think is going on. And, y'all can fact check or do whatever y'all want. I'm not going to go too deep into that, like give y'all specific dates and all that. But this is just the overall scene of what I'm thinking. And this is regarding Triple H, TKO, The Rock, ticket prices, everything. And the McMahons. So, if we look back right before WWE, Vince McMahon sold WWE to TKO, WWE was, I guess you could kind of say a decline. But I'm not going to say a decline because they was definitely making enough money to operate. They were so sort of, you could say, in the red. And anyone that thinks a company is just going to have record profit every single year is insane. But WWE did not need to be sold. But Vince McMahon sold it, got a big bag, and he still has some shares in the company. Then you have Triple H, running things now. And you have The Rock on the board of directors of TKO. Also, you have Shawn Michaels over NXT. Fast forward, WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was the last remnants and last storylines of Vince. Not saying Vince, wrote anything per se, but this was his last ideas and last storylines of it. That's why Triple H came out like, this is the new era and everything after today. So, fast forward some more. You have Triple H over creative. And he is giving us dog water, dog poo-poo wrestling. And I would say more so just dog poo-poo creative. The wrestlers, they're good. The wrestlers, they're going to do what they do. But story-wise, it's poo-poo. The Rock comes back, WrestleMania 42 going to be in New Orleans, pulled. Poo-poo. Vince would never do that. But overall, let's just say, since Triple H has been over creative, it's been poo-poo. And TKO paid a big bag. Netflix paid a big bag. They're making money with advertising. That's no problem. WWE is making money. Viewership is going down. I mean, it's going up, going down, going up, going down. But for the most part, going down. But they're making a lot of money off these ads and ticket prices. And Triple H, like y'all say, doesn't set ticket prices. But TKO does. But TKO, for the most part, they're probably not even big wrestling fans. But they're going off of what the WWE legacy is. And they feel like, if Triple H was giving us great shows and everything, you might could justify these ticket prices. But you can't. Because Triple H is giving us poo-poo. So, what I'm thinking and what my conspiracy brain is saying, 10 years from now, the WWE ain't going to be worth nothing. And you're going to have Triple H, The Rock, I want to say Shawn Michaels, but the McMahons, are going to be to blame because Triple H is about to start a show that's going to, let's just say it's going to uncover a lot of stuff that the fans don't need to see. He's going to hurt the business with that show. I think it's called Unseen or something like that. us older fans, we know what's going on. But your teenagers, your kids, all of them are going to watch that show and they're going to be like, oh, this is how that's done. Oh, this is how that's done. Oh, this is how they pull that off. It's going to hurt the business. And by the time they're 20, you won't know. And I mean, it wasn't until I was actually maybe 2021, started to really know, okay, this is how the wrestling business works. I just watched it for the creativity, the wrestling. And now you're going to have teenagers really looking at that. And they're going to get uninterested. So I think Triple H, The Rock, Vince McMahon, anyone else that has a stake that's from the WWE into that, I think they're purposely giving us poo-poo. And the reason I'm thinking that is because, TKO gave y'all a big bag. All of these advertisers gave y'all a big bag of money. Let's run this into the ground and buy it up on a fire sale. You got to think about it. Vince McMahon, let's just use numbers, like just fake numbers. Let's say Vince McMahon sold WWE for $1 million. Boom, you sold it for $1 million. Now, you get all of this extra money. Let's just say another $500,000 on top of that. So now Vince is up 1.5. Okay, Triple H, run this bad boy into the ground. Now WWE is worth $250,000. And then TKO, Netflix, I heard Prime is gonna get SmackDown. 10 years from now, you're like, oh, this is bull, this is garbage, no one wants to touch this. Vince buys it up for $300K. Now you're up 1.5 and you got the WWE for $300K. And now, you can do what you want with it and bring it back to life. Start back up with the ticket prices, the ads and stuff once you get it revolving again. By this time, you're probably going to have Dominic Mysterio as champion. You might have Carmelo Hayes as champion, like veterans, And I think long term, that's what Vince McMahon and the McMahons are trying to do. Basically make WWE unrecognizable in 10 years. AEW is going to continue to get bigger. I think they're trying to crash WWE until they get the fire sale prices so the McMahons can buy it up again. That's just my theory. Because Triple H, you were under the wing of Vince McMahon for almost 10 years. There's no way you don't know how to be creative. There's no way you don't know how to book a show. There's just no way. It has to be purposely done. There's no way Vince McMahon would announce Wrestlemania in a certain city and pull it. And there's no way you announce WrestleMania at the Superdome, which holds 83,000 people. You do that twice, that's over 160,000 tickets sold. If you want the biggest money grab, you would go for that. But I don't think they can sell out the Superdome twice. That's why they moved it. And Triple H and The Rock are probably like laughing because I'm thinking The Rock is in on it. I think The Rock wants to probably get in on that fire sale too. John Cena storyline is sort of off of The Rock when he said he was he wants your soul nonsense. Then John Cena says he wants to ruin wrestling. John Cena might have got that idea from The Rock because they're probably talking behind closed doors, really trying to ruin the WWE so they can buy it back up and really be creative. There's no way The Rock, there's no way Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and some of these other writers don't know how to book a show. You know, what we're getting is poo-poo dog water. And, you know, it's like if someone went to school to be a master plumber and they can't even fix a leaky faucet. Come on now. Like, that's what we're getting right now with WWE, and it's sad. But I think that's the long-term conspiracy. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, because I really, really, really want to know what you guys think. And before you just type that comment, you know, give it 10, 15 seconds of thought and just think about what I'm saying. Because this does not make sense at all. Get in those comments below and let me know.